Almost every day of the week, somebody will call us and ask us if they can save money in taxes by putting their money offshore or by getting a second passport. And the answer is, it depends. And that's what we're talking about today. If you can save money in taxes with an offshore company and an offshore bank account, or even by getting citizenship in a foreign country. Hi, I'm the business guy with offshorecompany.com and Asset Protection Planners, and I'm the CEO of one of the largest offshore services company in the country. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please click the like button below because YouTube will promote this video more if you do, and I really appreciate it. You can text a link of this video to others and put it on Facebook, and you can also click the subscribe button so that when more videos come out like this, you'll get notified. Now, there's a lot of misinformation on the internet. I read comments below some of the videos or on Facebook by members of the general public saying, oh, it's illegal to have an offshore bank account, or it's unpatriotic to put your money offshore and not pay taxes. And I understand that. My grandfather was a U.S. Marine. I grew up in a house where the paycheck came from the government, as the main breadwinner was a forester at the Bureau of Land Management, and one of my sisters still works there to this day as a federal employee. My son was a U.S. Marine, and so I've always said, hey, we want to take advantage of the legal tax deductions, but in the end pay. After all, somebody has to pay for the radar. Read your history books and see what happens to countries without strong defense. They get taken over. That costs money. Plus, you've obviously heard of Toyota, based in Japan, right? Do they have offshore companies in the US, Australia, UK, Canada? Are they doing that for some type of evil tax evasion scheme? Of course not. They want to expand their business internationally. And that's one of the reasons that people set up offshore companies, to expand their businesses. If you live in the US, for example, with a current population of 4.25% of the world's population right now, how would you like to expand your market to the remaining 95.75% of the world by expanding internationally? Many people take advantage of international laws to protect their assets from lawsuits. So let's smash that nonsense theory that offshore companies are just for sneaky people. Now, there are many reasons for establishing offshore companies and bank accounts that are perfectly legal and ethical when done properly. And that's why we have attorneys on our staff to help people to do it properly and legally. In fact, you can give us a call if you need more info. You can use the coupon code BG25 for $25 off a company and BGTrust100 to save $100 on a trust just for watching this video. So anyway, now that we've dealt with the misconceptions, what do you do? Well, it depends on the country where you live. If you're a citizen of the UK, Australia, Canada, and you live in that country, you pay taxes on your worldwide income, whether you leave the money offshore or bring it back to your country. However, if you move and you get a job in, let's say, the United Arab Emirates, you might not have to pay any income taxes at all, even back home. No need to get a second passport if you are from these countries in order to live abroad tax-free if you choose the right place to live. So one of the reasons you might need a second passport is if you think your country might start imposing the same laws on worldwide income taxation as does the U.S. On that note, what if you are a U.S. citizen? Well, the U.S. taxes people on worldwide income no matter where you live and work. Now, one of the things U.S. people can do is you can set up a captive insurance company. I'm told that 80% of Fortune 500 companies have one of these. Under Internal Revenue Code Section 831B, it provides that captive insurance companies do not pay income taxes on the premium they collect. So a U.S. company that you own can pay your captive insurance company that you also own, and all of the premiums that you pay that don't exceed $2.2 million, I keep seeing that going up each year, are tax deductible to your U.S. company and tax-free to your own insurance company. And of course, you have to do it right and legally and get licensed tax advice the whole way through. And we don't have time to get into all the details here, but if you do it right, there's $2.2 million of tax-free income every year legally with an offshore captive insurance company. Call us as long as you promise to follow all the rules. We can set one up. Now, there's another tax break. If you actually move to a tax-free country and live there for at least 330 days a year. So you can't live in the U.S. You can visit the U.S. for about a month or so a year. So if you do live abroad, as of this video, you get the first $108,700 U.S. income tax-free. Anything you earn above that, you get a tax bill from the U.S. government. So you do get a tax break, no foreign passport needed. And even if you did have a foreign passport, if you still retain your U.S. citizenship, you still need to play by the U.S. tax rules. However, if you want to make much more than that, some people might think, hey, I can just get a passport in Nevis, St. Kitts and Nevis, and we can help you do that. Just give us a call. They think they can just open a bank account with their Nevis passport and poof, their U.S. tax burden magically disappears. Well, sorry to say, things don't work like that. Think about it. There are 55 countries where polygamy is legal too. That doesn't mean you can become a citizen of, say, Egypt today and then walk into some church in New York and marry your 7 new wives. You still need to abide by the law of the land, and the law of the land is that in the U.S., if you remain a U.S. citizen, you still have to pay the piper. In this case, the piper is Uncle Sam. Now, the United States government doesn't care if you have 100 other passports. If you are still a U.S. citizen, you have to file the proper U.S. tax forms. It also means that you're required to follow U.S. laws, even when you live abroad. So even if you make less than the required minimum taxable amount while living overseas, you still have to file your taxes and let the IRS know how much you made, whether you owe money in taxes or not. You still need to disclose your foreign bank accounts, foreign entities, etc. And then some people say, I'll just trick the dumb bank and only show them my foreign passport. I won't even tell them that I'm a U.S. citizen. Well, first of all, the bank will find out, and they're pretty thorough. Then they'll reject you for not being truthful. Otherwise, both you and the bank would be subject to some pretty hefty fines and penalties. So you don't want to live like that. Plus, I've been in this business for 30 years, and I haven't done it by trying to skirt the law. Our on-staff attorneys aren't going to break the law, so around here we play by the rules and we do things legally. Now here's what a second passport can do for you. You can find a place that you absolutely love. Maybe it's Nevis, maybe it's the Cayman Islands, the Bahamas. You feel happy, you feel safe. If you move there, you can renounce your U.S. citizenship. You don't have to worry about all the U.S. banking restrictions, tax form filing, etc. So you earn a ton of money and you get to keep the 37% or 39%. And if you add state tax, that could be 50 to 52%, or even more when you add Social Security on part of your income and Medicare. So you earn $100,000 and you keep $100,000 instead of coughing up 50 grand in taxes. You earn $1 million and you get to keep the whole million instead of coughing up $500,000. You know, I have a funny story for you. I'm the CEO of the biggest asset protection company in the nation, and I lived near the biggest attorney referral service in the nation. Great guy. He invented a business with an 800 number on billboards where ambulance-chasing attorneys would pay him to bring him clients. 1-800-SUE-HIM-NOW. Well, that wasn't really the number, but he sold the business. He built a beautiful mansion in the Bahamas, sold his house last month, and he moved there to that income tax-free country. So if you ditch your U.S. passport, the second passport can really come in handy if you want to save a whole bunch of money in taxes. So I'm not suggesting you give up your U.S. citizenship and move to some tax haven. I'm just saying that if you have a second passport now, before one of these countries change their laws and make it harder to get, at least you have that option sometime down the road. For example, for some people who have a ton of profit from cryptocurrency, make sure to check with a tax advisor, but that may be an option. So the bottom line is that a second passport alone doesn't let you skirt around the requirements to pay your taxes. It's simply a stepping stone along the road that gives you more choices in life. So for every person, spending some time abroad can let you shop for the tax rate of your choice. There really are a lot of beautiful, peaceful countries out there, and if you look at the safest countries in the world, in fact, when doing research for this video, I just looked it up on Wikipedia, the Global Peace Index, where they look at things like violent crimes, terrorism, international conflicts, out of 163 countries ranked, the U.S. was number 128. I was shocked. That means that 78% of the countries out there are safer than the United States. That's a lot of countries. Yeah, the U.S. is in the bottom 22%, with the most dangerous countries in the world. So let's not get lulled into a sense of false security. So for U.S. citizens, if you want all the tax benefits of living in a tax-free country, then there's an additional step that you eventually need to take. So if you need help protecting your assets from lawsuits, you're in the right place. You can give us a call or visit the website right now. If you want to save money in your tax bill, and I mean some big money, call us. We can help you. I hope this has given you some ideas about what to do as long as you do it legally. Please click like, subscribe, and share this video with others. Thanks for watching. This is The Business Guy.